up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's episode of the Not Your Average Mark Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the Tutorial Boss Guapo, and with me, as always, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy. No, you're not the guy. The guy's the other guy.
That's the
guy. Mike Caldwell, ladies and gentlemen. Mike, what's happening, man?
Man, it's been a day.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yes, it has. But you know what? It's a good day. Any day is a good day that ends with the Not Your Average Mark Wrestling Podcast, in my opinion.
Hey, any time for Not Your Average Mark Podcast, whether it's in, beginning, whatever, it's a good time.
That's right. Before we get too far in, I want to do our thank yous. I want to say thank you to Ross and the boys from Labor 12. Got that second album coming out. If you haven't had a chance to check out what they have going on, head over to their website, labor12.com. That's laborxii.com. Thank you to Joe and American Legacy for the Not Your Average merch. We've got the bandanas, the skull caps, the beanies, the hats. We got all sorts of good stuff. So thank you to Joseph and American Legacy for that. Thank you to J-Rebs 3D Printing. This little piece of awesome right here. That's a J-Reb original. My boy Cameron hooking it up for us, showing us what he's got going on. If you've got a logo or something you'd like to have in a light box like that one, then hit him up, jrebs3dprinting.com. Thank you to Blind Ambition Studios for all our awesome graphics. TheWrestlingSociety.com for including us in their podcast room. And of course, thank you to the guy. Patrick makes all of this stuff work and manages to make me look good, which is a task all in of itself. You don't have to agree so quickly, okay? Give it a minute to simmer. If you want to see some of the cool stuff the guys got going on, check out our website, www.notyouraverage.mark.com. You can find bios, you can find where we're going to be, what we're going to be doing, links to our merch, all sorts of good stuff there. And our newest thing is our Discord, and you can find the link for our Discord on notyouraverage.mark.com or on any of our socials in the About section. We do all sorts of fun stuff. We do watch-alongs for Raw and SmackDown, all the PLEs. We've done a watch-along of the Clown Show just so we could say we did a watch-along of the Clown Show. We've done an NXT watch-along that was a lot of fun. So we have all sorts of good stuff going on there. Let me look over to chat here, see what we got going on. DOS Lord Sirius, hitting the follow button. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Aaron Marie in the chat. See, Twitch has the better server connection out of them all. Okay. J-Reb subscribing for a 29th month. J-Reb, thank you so much. Spectre Squad, what's up, man? Welcome to the podcast. Glad you could be here. Jello, welcome to the room. Glad you're here. We got all sorts of people hanging out with us tonight, Mike.
Hey, more the merrier.
I'm here for it. We do have some cool stuff going on. It's been a interesting week in wrestling, to say the least. So let's get into it. Aaron Marie saying we'll have to watch the Clown Show again sometime. Well, you don't like me no more? You thought we was friends? So let's get into some SmackDown. Kind of a surprising intro for me on SmackDown. So we get Rhea and Io, or Rio as they're called now, out first. They talk about setting up War Games, and here comes their teammates, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Alexa's hot. And I'm not just talking about her looks. I mean, she was mad.
Mm-hmm.
Just talking about, they want to cheat, fine. You want to, Nia Jax and Lash Legend want to show up? Great. As soon as you said War Games, I knew we were in. Right, Charlotte? Charlotte says, yeah, I can't do this. Looks at Rhea and says, I don't like you. You don't like me. I don't trust you. You don't trust me. I think you're a snake. You think I can't do this. I'm sorry. Lexi, I trust you, but I can't work with Rhea. And walks out of the ring. Mic drop. Gone. Okay, maybe not a mic drop.
No, she actually admitted at that point that her and Alexa were friends.
Yes. Yes, she did.
And that was like the whole underlying situation of the whole thing is that admitting to being friends with Alexa, it got overshadowed by all the rest of that.
Yes, it did. So everybody's like, what the hell? Where's Charlotte going? Charlotte's not in the match now? Like, who are they going to put in for War Games if Charlotte's not going to be there, right? Well, they move on from that to the the last time is now tournament. And we have a match between main event Jey Uso and The Miz. This match for me was a good reminder of why The Miz is as good as he is. You know, Jey Uso, great wrestler. There's no question. There's a reason he's called main event Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm.
But not only did Miz get his shine in this match, but he shined Jey as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I have said it before, and I will say again, The Miz is one of those guys. It doesn't matter what you need him for, he's there.
Mm-hmm.
You need him to put over Jey Uso in this, he's there. You need him to be a referee, he's there. You need him to be a heel, he's there. You need him to be a champ, he's there. Whatever you need out of The Miz, he's there.
Miz is the wrestling equivalent of a Swiss Army knife.
He is. That is absolutely good. Swiss Army Miz. That's I have to call him that from now on.
Oh, wow.
Swiss Army Miz. I like it. I like it. It was a good match. You know it's going to be The Miz, Jey Uso. You know, the moves went back and forth. I will say The Miz dominating in most of this match.
Well,
Even as far as to hit the skull-crushing finale. But didn't get the pin. Jey Uso finally hits the spear, does the Uso splash. 1, 2, 3. Jey wins. He advances to the next round.
very much so.
It was a great match. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a good. I really enjoyed it as well. Miz went out there and did what he does best, and he went and got heat on Jey.
But if we're going to talk about great matches, we have to talk about the next one, which was Ilya Dragunov versus Axiom. This match was crazy. It was killer from bell to bell. Fast-paced, hard-hitting, and a match I want to see happen again. Like, I don't want this to be the last time those two go against each other because it was such a good match. Axiom, probably one of the best flippity flyers in the business.
I like the moves that he does,
Mhm.
but the mask really bothers me
Why does the mask bother you?
because there's nothing there.
That's the point.
He is trying to be the embodiment of John Cena and saying you can't see him.
No, he is the, I think you said this during the watch along, he's the random pick a character.
He is. You go through to create a character, and it's the first mask. The first thing that you see is this guy, and great build, not exactly the tallest guy, not exactly the shortest guy, but he's generic. And I really hope that we can do some character development on him and at least put some sort of a face on the mask.
And I'm sure we will at some point. So one thing I liked about Ilya in this is Ilya sold every single one of the moves that Axiom did like the champ that he is.
Mm-hmm.
I think putting the U.S. title on Ilya Dragunov was a great move. In the end, he was able to retain. And that there was a whole Spanish fly thing that happened. Anybody that knows me knows my favorite move in the world is the Spanish fly. And it was awesome. I loved this match. It was great. That brings us to Sammy calling out Solo. Good short segment. Like, I don't think there's enough of these. Sammy came out. He called out Solo. Solo says, man, you're lucky that, of course, he comes out with the MFTs because why wouldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Spectre Squad says, Axiom is amazing. You take that back.
See, I got some haters.
That's it. Getting heat already.
It happens sometimes.
Like I said, Sammy calls Solo out. Solo comes out with the MFTs. And Solo's like, you know what? You run your mouth a lot. You're lucky you're not medically cleared. And Sammy's like, oh, by the way, yes, I am. As of today, I am medically cleared. So come on with it. And so Solo and the MFTs start to get in the ring. And out comes Motor City Machine Guns and Shinsuke Nakamura. Takes care of the MFTs. So it's just Solo and Sammy, and they go at it.
Mm-hmm.
When it's all said and done, Solo and the MFTs are backing up the ramp. You got the faces standing in the ring, standing tall. It was a good short segment. I dug it.
It got the point across. It did what it needed to do. And our buddy Nick
Mr. Aldis.
Yes. Well, it's Mr. Aldous if you're nasty.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
But our buddy Nick decided to go ahead and let them know that they could have a classic Survivor Series match.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. It's not going to be at Survivor Series.
No.
It's going to be the Friday before Survivor Series.
Which, honestly, the Friday night SmackDown before a PLE has been here lately. That has been pay-per-view quality matches all throughout.
Absolutely, it has. It's always the best go home show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. LA Knight versus mystery opponent. Man, I had it all figured out. Nick Aldis, he read the paper. He said, I'm going to keep this one to myself. I had it figured out. No way it's not Joe Hendry. It's got to be Joe Hendry. That's why he didn't say the name, right? Because it's Joe Hendry. It wasn't Joe Hendry.
No, it wasn't Joe Hendry.
Like, it all made sense, but it wasn't Joe Hendry. We get, and his opponent. And out walks Zack Ryder. Was not expecting that. Did not have that on my 2025 bingo card.
No, I don't think anybody in our little circle had that on our bingo card. Because, I mean, honestly though, if you're gonna keep a secret in professional wrestling, Matt Cardona / Zack Ryder is the one to do so, because he talks about everything else but.
Now, if it was a toys match, that would be a whole different thing.
Yes, that would be a whole different thing.
Matt Cardona, real big about his toys.
Yes. And real big about the shirt that Joe Hendry ended up hooking him up with.
Yeah. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. That's awesome. It's a great match. Like, I really enjoyed the match. Erin Marie said she thought it was going to be Ziggler on SmackDown. We all got fooled. I did. Like I said, I thought it was going to be Joe Hendry. All in all, great match. I still had problem processing that was Zack Ryder. In the end, Knight hits the BFT, gets the win. He advances. Moving forward, I just have to say this. If he's going to stay and he's going to be Zack Ryder, then he has to get in a tag team with LA Knight.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't get the tag team Knight Rider, I'm be pissed.
If he stays.
If he stays. See, but like, I'll hold the proverbial pencil for a minute. You make the Knight Rider tag team and you play with the theme song and make it Knight Rider.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as happens with most great tag teams, later on you break them up. They talk trash to each other. He ditches the Zack Ryder gimmick, and you have LA Knight in a program with Matt Cardona. Like, trips. Come on now. Call me. I'll tell you all about it. It'll be fine.
I don't think they're going to try to go with the Matt Cardona IP.
Why would?
Because they own the Zack Ryder.
I mean, it's
IP.
big. Looking over at the chat, we've got Spectre Squad saying Knight Rider. OTB Lilith Blood also saying Knight Rider. What's up, Lil? Glad you could make it in. Erin Marie, hope it was not a one-time deal that would make me mad. Me too. Like, I don't think it was, because they already had a remixed version of his theme music, Zack Ryder theme music, and he had new Ryder gear. So that makes me think that he may be coming back.
He may be coming back, or he knew enough in time to go ahead and get gear ordered. Because he is really big. He is really, really big on making sure that he has the right gear for the right appearance.
That's fair. That is very fair.
And he was mad as hell whenever he went to the clown show and went against Cope.
Cool.
And because he didn't get his gear in time.
Adam Copeland is dead to me. He's coming to the end of his wrestling career. He's in AEW. He never once tagged with Colt Cabana. We did not get Copa Cabana. He's dead to me. That takes us into Jade Cargill versus VFAB. or BFAB, excuse me. This was a squash match without being a squash match. And they're getting good at that, I think. Jade Cargill is a monster. She is that bitch. Her words, not mine. Don't come beat me up.
Why would she beat you up whenever you just say what she says?
I'm just saying. But we all know that she's out. She's good. But BFAB brought the fight. And I like that they allow that to happen instead of just making it a squash match. So, of course, Jade Cargill won. But BFAB put up a pretty good fight in it. I enjoyed it. And then we get a match that was set up earlier in the night. Main event, Cody Rhodes versus Bronson Reed for the title.
Yes.
So here's the problem with this. Cody found himself pretty much overpowered by Bronson Reed the entire match.
Mm.
Like Bronson was throwing him around like a ragdoll. And when he finally did start to get some fight back, like had this gone to a full-blown conclusion, Cody may have lost the title in that match.
Well, that's what you want to leave the mystery about it.
Well, and the mystery it is because we didn't get a full-blown conclusion. Instead, we got Logan Paul coming out causing the DQ, beating on Cody. And who comes out next? Drew McIntyre, revealing that he is the fourth member of the War Games team, which really pissed off Nick Aldis.
Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole thing. Because if you suspend him last week and then all of a sudden he's back and he's part of the War Games thing, the suspension was null and void. Why did we end up going through it?
Well, I think what we did was set up, like they did a very good job of pointing out anybody on the roster. He can pick anybody on the roster. He didn't say I can pick anybody on the roster that's not suspended. He said I could pick anybody on the roster. So he picked Drew McIntyre.
Which immediately lifted his suspension.
Mm-hmm. All in all, good show. Give it a solid B+.
I can live with that.
That's going to take us into Monday Night Raw. And the show starts off huge pop. Because it's the never seen 17 last time on Raw. And what better place to have that happen than Madison Square Garden?
Yes, of course. And what I'm going to say, the word for that night was mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise, a lot of people out here.
There was a sea of people in Madison. There was not a dry seat in the house.
Okay, well, that's going a little far now. But
it was probably hot as hell in there. It probably sweat.
Sure was. It was a huge crowd. And we started having the good moments. Cena said, they say, thank you, Cena, which was funny because during the watch along, I was like, so is this going to be the one? Is this where we're going to get the thank you, Cena chant? 2 seconds later, thank you, Cena. Okay, well, that answers that question. And Cena shuts them all down and says, no. I've gotten to do this for 23 years, in and out of this building. So no, New York, thank you. Which got a huge pop, of course. And anytime you're having a great moment, any good moment, Dom comes out to screw it up.
Yes. Dom did a really good job at screwing that up.
He did. He comes out, he says, I want my title back. And John Cena says, well, you picked a good place to show up because sounds to me like you want a rematch, and we'll do it right here, right now in Madison Square Garden. Let's go. Dom says, no. When you took my title, we were in Boston. We were at your house in front of your people, and you took my title. So I want you at Survivor Series at my house in front of my people. And John
Does
Cena,
he have people?
I mean, apparently he said he does. If he pays the rent, he has the people.
Ah.
So John Cena's like, done. Okay. However, John Cena says, I have promised the world a match here tonight. So let go. Don't worry about the belt. We'll take care of the belt at Survivor Series, but right now, me and you bring me a rep, and here comes a rep, and the Judgment Day, and Dom says, "You may have promised them a match, but you're gonna get an ass whooping. That's what you're gonna get." And about that time, here comes Sheamus. He says, "Oh no, we're not gonna do it like this." And right behind Sheamus is Rey Mysterio. Dom's daddy shows up. So now we got a 6-man tag. I'm all for it. It was probably one of the best opening segments for Raw I've seen in a long time.
That was House Show 101, and it worked so well. And props to everybody that was involved.
Mm-hmm.
We got everything. We got the whole triple, the 15 knuckle.
Oh no, we're gonna get into that in just a minute. Before we get into the match, we look over at the chat. It says, "I think John would like to hear Cena sucks. Let's go Cena chant one more time."
He's gonna get that in San Diego.
Oh, no question about it. He'll get it in San Diego. Spectre Squad saying Dom is a great heel, but I want to see him go babyface. It's coming.
Yeah, we got the crock pot on warm at this moment in time. We're not quite there yet, but we are heading in that direction. There's still certain factors that have to happen before we get to that.
Jello says Cody should refuse to give him title rematch just to annoy him. I mean, I'd be down for it. I think it would be pretty funny. So we go to commercial, we come back, 6-man tag, and it's a great match. And the reason it was such a great match is because it was half solid match. Like, solid. Judgment Day got in there and did work.
Mm-hmm.
And it was half John and the boys having fun. Because we got a 3-way 10 beats of the was it Bodrin? Bowron. Yeah, we got all 3 of them doing the 10 beats of the Bowron. And we got a 15 knuckle shuffle. Because all 3 of them did 5 knuckle shuffle right along, did the Can't See Me, the whole thing. And then Cena gets the win, place goes nuts. I loved it.
Me too.
Like, that was chef's kiss.
Very much so. There was one thing at the very beginning of the whole thing that was a very symbolic thing.
Okay.
Normally, he shows his towel, he throws it in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
This time, he showed his towel, set it on the ground. That last time, he didn't. It wasn't the fans. It was the building that deserved.
MSG. Yep. Agreed. Just a question. Does he realize that he's ending 2 eras when he retires?
Okay.
He's ending the Cena era, for one. But he's ending the Stu era, too. Who's going to tell Stu, let's go to work?
I mean,
who's going to run Stu to the ring?
AJ Styles.
He's retiring next year.
And then they'll look at Mysterio and go, and Mysterio will say, "Here, I'm taking over the last time is now."
Just picture.
And it's gonna keep going and keep going and keep going.
Man, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
See, I kind of need that in my life now.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we're getting a huge build for Nikki versus Stephanie McCare.
Yes.
Like, Stephanie comes out and Jackie Redmond's going to interview her and shot right to the back of the head from Nikki Bella. And Nikki's holding her up by the back of her hair, saying, "That's my belt. I'm here to take back what I own," which is this whole division. And Stephanie didn't say anything because she couldn't, because she was beat up. But I have seen Stephanie McCare when she's angry. This is not going to be pretty for Nikki Bella.
Well, it kind of is what it is.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be cool.
But how many times do we think Nikki's gonna get the devil's kiss?
Oh, lots and lots. Solo Sikoa versus a mystery opponent. I didn't even guess. They done got me with the other one, so I wasn't even guessing on this one. Wasn't going to do it. There's a lot of hype over who this mystery opponent was going to be, though. So people were not disappointed at all to find out that when they said, and his opponent outwalks Dolph Ziggler. Not Nick Nemeth. Dolph Ziggler. And place went nuts. Like, huge pop for Dolph Ziggler.
He looks like okay.
Dude is jacked.
Completely honest, I have watched a handful of TNA.
Okay.
So I don't really know. I have not really been keeping up with how everything is. But I guarantee you, he has put on 15, 20 pounds of muscle.
Oh, easy. Like, dude is jacked.
Randy Orton be looking at him going, what you trying to pull?
Look, that's my shtick. You can't do that. Looking over at the chat, Janine Wade here. Janine, what's up? Glad you could be with us tonight. Spectre Squad, Dolph and Ryder are back. Honestly, I think they are. And Jello, not mistaken. It was probably the worst kept secret in all of wrestling that Dolph Ziggler was going to be the one. It was a great match. I mean, how would it not be?
Absolutely.
You've got Solo Sikoa, you've got Dolph Ziggler. It's going to be a great match. And Dolph showed up and showed out. Bottom line. I mean, he hit the greatest hits. You know, he got the zigzag in. He did really, really well. In the end, Solo hits the spike, and Dolph sold the hell out of that. Like, complete flip. And, of course, he gets the pin. Solo gets the pin on him. 1, 2, 3. Solo advances to the next round. So, we got 2 more matches. That's it.
Do we have those announced?
I think so. I don't have to look. I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
So after that, we get Alexa Bliss come out, and she looks straight into the camera. She says, you know what? I called, you ain't answer. I left messages, you ain't answer. I sent a smoke signal, you ain't answer. I sent a message in a bottle, you ain't answer. Went straight up Uso on him. So she says, I guess this is how I'm going to do it. Looks right off in the camera and just tells Charlotte exactly how she feels. And says best friend. She says, yeah, I said it. She's my best friend. And she just abandons me. And she's not going to be here. And about that time, out walk the Kabuki Warriors and Nia Jax and Lash Legend. And the only person in the ring is Alexa Bliss. One of them, one of her. Not good. The beatdown ensues, and out comes Rhea, out comes Io Sky. They even the numbers a little bit, but they're still catching the beatdown. And outruns Charlotte Flair in a 90s gimmick that I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling it. I thought it was good. But she's got a kendo stick with her, and just like, I feel sorry for Lash Legend because she got the majority of the kendo stick. Everybody else was like, nope, I ain't doing it. Got out of the ring. Lash Legend got beat to hell with that kendo stick. And so Charlotte goes to the corner and picks up Alexa Bliss and is holding on to her, and then looks over at Rhea. I popped. Like, I broke completely because Io looks over there and gets this and hugs her in close, like the other hugs Rhea in close. Enough so that it broke Charlotte. Like, Charlotte started laughing. And so we've kind of got it figured out now that they're going to team together. But who's the other person going to be? On both sides. That's the question. From there, we go to the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Maxine Dupree versus Becky Lynch. And this match was outstanding. Maxine Dupree, I am so proud of her.
She has put in work.
She is so far from where she was last year. And she gave Becky a great match. And well, I'll talk about Becky in just a minute. In the end, AJ Lee comes out, gives a slight little distraction, doesn't touch anybody, doesn't even go to the ring. Just kind of stands in the lane. It stands in the aisle and waves like this. It was enough of a distraction that Becky turns around, Maxine hits her with a crossbody off the top rope. 1, 2, 3. And your new Women's Intercontinental Champion, Maxine Dupree. And I couldn't be happier for it.
Oh, absolutely. That is something that she has worked her tail off for, and she deserves every last bit of it. Whether it's 1 week or a year.
Oh, I agree. Wholeheartedly, I agree. Can't read all of my chat.
Because you got a cookie thing going up there in the top thing, and
Stupid cookie thing. There we go. Now I can see all the chat. We've got
real close up.
we got Jello saying it's a real close up, and I've got to give Jello the credit here. So we're watching it on the watch along, and Jello just kind of throws it out there and says, "You think AJ Lee comes out and costs Becky the match?" It wasn't 2 minutes later. The lighted up music hits, and out comes AJ Lee.
Yes, he mentioned it that day.
Mm-hmm.
But let me get you a little bit of rewind back to last Thursday, because I went on Apple Podcasts and listened to the Not Your Average Mark podcast, because I gotta go
where you
back.
can listen to it after.
Yeah, that's one of the places.
That's one of many.
But anyway, go back and I listened. You pitched that last Thursday.
Did I now?
Yes.
To
The T.
Go me.
To the T. I know you hadn't been doing this very long, but you know what?
No, I'm gonna give this one to Jello. Like, called it right before it happened. I love it. Spectre Squad. Maxine is a great champion, and I'm proud to see how far she's come. Same here. I'm so proud of her. I'm talking about her like I know Maxine Dupree, never met her before in my life, but still, I'm so proud of her.
Absolutely. I mean, a year ago, she was
A sidekick.
She was supporting cast. She was quote unquote model girl.
She was a sidekick. That was it.
And look at her now.
Erin Marie saying, "I hope this turns Becky face." I could, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Like all the stuff I've seen today.
47 missed calls.
Yeah, 47 missed calls to Adam Pearce and threatening a lawsuit over losing the belt. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, technically, AJ Lee was not licensed in New York. But AJ Lee didn't do anything. She stood there in the entrance ramp and did this. So technically, you don't have to have a license for that.
No, you don't.
You just can't get in the ring.
Now, in the back, after the match, Jackie Redmond talking to Maxine and to AJ. And I give it to AJ. She's like, "That wasn't me. That was all her." Like, AJ could have said something. No, that's all her. She did that. And, of course, Otis and Tozawa come out, and they're going to go celebrate. But Jackie's like, "Since you're still here, are you going to stick around for a while?" And before she can answer, Rhea shows up. And we get a stare down. I'm thinking, uh-oh. Rhea's like, "You got a minute to talk?" And they walk off. Puts her arm around her and they walk off. Could that be the 5th member of their team?
Could be.
Which makes me think I might know who the 5th member of the other team is.
Is her last name Lopez?
Yes, it is actually. Kobe's old lady.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch, for those who don't know, that Seth's name is Kobe Lopez. Pulling the curtain back there a little bit. That takes us into the match of the night for me. 100%. Javon Evans versus Gunther. Gunther, returning Gunther.
Oh my God.
What a damn match.
Yes. It was Javon Evans. That kid has star written all over him.
Oh, 100%. Like, it's every single time you thought he was down, he brought out another move and another move and another move. And
he never died. And he was bringing the chops back to Gunther.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, you chopped me? Go watch this one."
No, I was so impressed with Javon Evans on this. And I think he has proven himself as to why they made the right decision in bringing him up to the main roster.
Oh, did he get?
I believe I've heard that it was an official.
It was official call up, huh? Wow. Well, congratulations.
And it should be after that. And I can't say how great a match Javon Evans had without throwing kudos to Gunther, who on his return put that kid over the way he did.
Yeah. That was S+ match.
Oh, 100%. Like, it was so good. Match of the night for me, no question about that.
That was a match of the week.
Right. Well, that brings in the War Games face-to-face, and this turned into exactly what you thought it would be. The Vision comes out, Paul Heyman introduces them all, Punk comes out and interrupts, and then out come the Usos, out comes Cody, and the fight's on. It's time to fight. Right up until the music hits, and out comes the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar himself.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out and starts throwing people around. Like, Cody, good on you. You know, you stood up there and looked him right in the eye. So you saw him coming when he grabbed you, flipped you around, and suplexed your ass damn near out of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other music hit, and it was the OTC. Roman Reigns comes out.
You forgot about the credits.
Oh, yeah, the credits are rolling during all of this.
Brock Lesnar standing there, jumping up and down, doing his Brock Lesnar thing, and the credits roll by, and this guy is about to go, well, I guess this has been a really good, oh, wait
a minute. See, you'd think by now I would know. Not until it says, dun, it's not over.
No, absolutely not.
This is going to be a really good War Games. Even Spectre Squad said it's going to be an interesting War Games. 100% it is. Like, I am so ready to see this.
Spectre Squad on YouTube and Twitch.
Double time.
He's clicking all the things.
He is, absolutely, and I appreciate that. And if you haven't done it already, definitely go through and click all the things.
But do you think Roman Reigns is going to get in a little bit of trouble for spearing 2 police officers through the barricade?
I don't see why. They didn't say a damn thing about CM Punk right behind him choking Logan Paul out with a kendo stick.
But he assaulted a police officer.
Look, he's Samoan. It's okay.
Oh, so you just... I'm going tomorrow. We're getting the whole thing tattooed. Because I got some people to beat up.
All right, so solid A on Raw for me. I enjoyed just about every minute of it.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us to everybody's favorite segment. It's time for Notes from the Clown Show. Tony Khan, you, sir, are a clown. And I can prove it.
Can you?
I can prove it. Tony Khan asked a very, very simple question. One question, real simple. Why are there so many damn belts between Ring of Honor and AEW? This man proceeds to give a 6-minute answer that included the history of AEW, 17 mentions of how the product is so much different now than it was when they started, 4 mentions of how AEW All In has the largest gate ever for any AEW event, and 3 mentions of how Collision is a thing now and it wasn't in the beginning, but never says a damn thing about the belts and says, thanks for asking. Clown.
Okay. Pressers for Tony Khan.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to give a drinking game, every time that man says great, guaranteed we would be sloshed in 4.5 minutes.
I'm not going to do that because of this one 6-minute answer. I would have got that.
Very much so.
And you would think that was clown enough, but no. But wait, there's more.
What? More? Oh my goodness.
Number next thing.
Number next thing.
Tony Khan was asked about the AEW Warner Brothers Discovery relationship because there's all these rumors that Warner Brothers Discovery is going to sell.
Mm-hmm.
And if it sells, how does that affect AEW? I'm going to quote the clown. I feel really great about AEW's relationship with Warner Brothers Discovery, and I think it's a great situation for us that we're one of the strong franchises. Like I said, on multiple channels and properties where AEW is clearly very strongly figured in. Just as an example, we've got the huge pay-per-view this Saturday, and it's sponsored by DC as a presenting sponsor, which I think is, and anybody looking at Warner Brothers, this man can't finish a sentence. Anybody looking at Warner Brothers would say this is a really important part of the portfolio for DC. So you heard it here. Tony Khan admitting officially that their pay-per-view this Saturday is sponsored by Batman.
And you, sir, are the Joker.
Yes, because he's a clown. Although, I would have to say that his dad does have about as much money as Bruce Wayne. So there is that.
Well, you would think his dad would get angry about the whole hemorrhaging money.
You would think, but I can't even explain it. But I got one more thing. We do. One more thing. Last thing. Anybody that watched Dynamite might have noticed that it looked a little weird at the end. Got a match with Shelton Benjamin and Speedball Mike Bailey. And apparently the finish was supposed to be super kick and then get the pin.
Mm-hmm.
But there was an audible called, and apparently the referee was not told about this. So we get a super kick that makes Mike Bailey look like he's dead. And so Shelton goes for the pin. Shelton Benjamin goes for the pin. And the ref says, 1, 2. There's no kick out. There was supposed to be a kick out, but there was no kick out. So he stops counting anyway. And then MVP comes in, like, we won the match. And the referee's like, no, you didn't win the match. The match's still going. And Shelton Benjamin's just like, so he does 2 more moves, gets the quick roll up, 1, 2, 3.
No, he super kicked him again. It was the exact same finish the second time.
So this is what we get. Shelton Benjamin calls an audible after a really cool move that looked better than the planned finish.
Mm-hmm.
The referee didn't get the message, which led to a botch. But hey, shit happens sometimes, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have referee issues all over the place, and you know me, and we don't have the grinding my gears section, but that really does grind my gears to have the referees not do what they're supposed to do. You hear it from me right now. Referees out there, I want you to pay attention really close. It is your job to shoot. It is their job to work.
Yep.
Period. End of discussion.
So and that is just proof that Tony Khan and those that work for him are clowns. That was notes from the clown show. Looking over at the chat, Jello says like they were real cops. Be real now. Spectre Squad saying whether they were real or not, play it through and set them up for a comeback somewhere. Jello saying AEW has 2 shows for Christmas in a venue that seats 2,300 people. Then goes to a New Year's residency in Texas in a venue that seats 2,500.
Where are you going in Texas?
That's less than 5,000 people over 2 shows.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, we got one quick little thing to get into, and then we can talk to our special guest. I'm going to run down real quick our Wrestling Talk Wednesday. The question was favorite Cena moments, and I've got a list of them here. We've got I Bring It Via Satellite from 2012, his whole interaction with The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time ever that I've seen The Rock get cooked, just absolutely cooked. We've got his WrestleMania 22 entrance on the mob car. That was pretty cool. Cena versus AJ at Clash at Paris, which was the love letter to wrestling. The entire 2017 SmackDown Live run. Had a lot of great matches there. His ruthless aggression moment with Kurt Angle, where it all started. His heel turn. Beating the Big Show at WrestleMania 20 for the U.S. title. ECW One Night Stand 2006. He throws a shirt into the crowd. Crowd throws it back. And he throws it again, and the crowd throws it back. Like 4 times that happened. It was funny. Breaking character at being called John Cena. Santino Morella saying, "You got a big mouth, John Cena." And it broke him, and I thought that was great. Throwing Edge into the Long Island Sound. Talking to Roman Reigns and said, "It's called a promo, kid. You want to be the big dog, you got to figure out how to do it." I put that in here because without that make or break moment, because he had to do something right there. Without that make or break moment, I don't think we get the tribal chief. So I'm gonna throw it out there that John Cena is a strong influence on us getting the tribal chief.
Okay.
Of course, his 2008 Royal Rumble return, where nobody was expecting him. The spinner belt, because we never had a belt anything like that before. Then you have the U.S. Open Challenge, which he started up and was awesome, which is still going on today under Ilya. And then, of course, what he did with our troops and Make-A-Wish still has granted the most wishes of any one person ever in life.
And that's not going to stop.
No, it's not going to stop.
Regardless if he's wrestling or not wrestling, he will still be making appearances. He will still be doing Make-A-Wishes.
Oh, 100% he will. So that is our Wrestling Talk Wednesday topic. But now I would like to take a moment to introduce our special guest for the evening. If you were at Breaking the Silence, you got to see him wrestle there. You've seen him around Squared Circle Pro. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Mateo El Feo.
Hello, hola, mic check. Hello, Wapo, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Mr. Caldwell, can you hear me, senor?
Loud and clear.
Perfect. Are you guys doing good? You guys just wrapped up the wrestling discussions for televised wrestling just now, haven't y'all?
We actually did. We finished up with our Wrestling Talk Wednesday question about the favorite moments of John Cena, seeing as his final match is next Saturday.
Okay. Dude, that's a legacy to follow up. That is a big legacy to follow up for anybody who's going to be stepping into John Cena's shoes. Because even now I haven't seen anybody been able to match not only the charisma but the presence that John Cena's had on just wrestling as a whole. It's crazy. It's crazy that it's finally coming to an end.
And it felt, and I said this during the watch along Monday, it felt wrong to say that was his last Monday Night Raw.
Watching him walk out, you see him getting teary-eyed because he realizes how close it is to the end, and it's brutal. Like, you feel that as a fan too.
Yes, absolutely you do. So for those that are watching, those that are listening, those who may not have had the opportunity to see Mateo El Feo wrestle, we want to get a little insight into who Mateo El Feo is. So I've got a few questions for you. What is it that got you into wrestling?
So obviously, it's the same story that you hear from little ninitos growing up. You grow up watching it. You play the video games, whether it's No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, the SmackDown versus Raw games. It's been a pretty big part of my life since I was maybe about 5 years old. I'm 27 today. But really it was my older brother. He went, and I'm going to age myself, and hopefully I'm not aging you guys too much here whenever I say this, but my brother, he came home one day with a cartridge of WrestleMania 2000 from Blockbuster. He had took my mom to Blockbuster to go rent a cartridge for the N64, and he picked that up and he was like, "You don't watch wrestling with me, do you?" And I was like, "No, like what is this?" And so we start playing, and like I picked Kane because I'm like, I like that guy. He's got fire or something. Like I don't know what his deal is, but I like him. And immediately I'm just hooked. Like I don't know anything about work rate or nothing like that. I'm just playing a video game with my brother at that point, and then he's like, "They have this on TV, right?" And so he flips it on, and I honestly think that this was the episode of Monday Night Raw whenever Kane was unmasked, and I was like, this is insane because now you're catching up on what's been going on, and so that immediately kind of drew me in. Just the live storytelling aspect of pro wrestling, that it's ongoing and it never they say that there's seasons on TV, like there's a season finale for SmackDown and Raw sometimes, but I'm just like, no, it's an ongoing story, week by week. You never stop the story, no matter what happens, if there's an injury or whatever. And so seeing that, it really made me want to keep up with what was going on, because now I'm starting to see, oh, this is how Kane works. I like who he's working with. I like what he's doing. I love his presence. And so now, like now fast forward to where we are today. I think I spoke a little bit about it on a different podcast a few weeks ago, but I had kind of gone through a few strings of bad luck this time last year. And Emilio and Cholo, they come up to me, they see me as a fan, and they say, "Hey, listen, bro, like we've been hearing your story, and you're always out here, you're always doing your thing as a fan, but bro, like we really see that you have passion for what we're doing out here in West Texas, whether it's at South Plains Championship, over at y'all's BCW, or at SCP." He's like, "Bro, you're always supporting Los Carnales, so we're gonna ask you a serious question. Do you want to join the family?" And that's, you ask anybody from the crowd if they want to be a part of this business, and you're gonna get a free opportunity to do it, then you're gonna say yes, right?
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
I jumped on it. Whatever they wanted me to do, I was doing it. Whether I was helping, whether because Emilio and Cholo are coaches at the Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 school, so I'm helping them with whatever they need at the school, or if they, I started off as a personal ring announcer for them, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put my best foot forward and do what you guys need to get better. I mean, they don't need me to get better, but they wanted me to be a part of the family, so I'm not gonna do anything to drag them down, you know?
No, and you and I have had our interactions in the ring as it goes to being a personal ring
Yeah.
announcer, which I gotta say, I am impressed with the way you ring announce. From one ring announcer to another, I am impressed with the way you introduce the Carnales World Order.
Yeah, you got to watch out, bro. I might come and take your job if this wrestling thing don't work out for me.
But you have your work cut out for you. I think I do a good job. You know what? If I've got to be replaced by somebody, you got my vote, man.
Oh, well, thank
So-
you. I appreciate that.
So you brought up Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101. You've had your opportunity to be there at Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101. Give us an idea of how that affected and helped your wrestling career.
So obviously, I had kind of a little bit of nepotism getting my foot into the school, being with Emilio and Cholo. They invited me out to the school. They said, "Hey, bro, like you're already biting the bullet for us every once in a while," because I believe it was January. It was either the January show at SCP or it was the March show at SCP. I had gotten into the ring with El Diablo Blanco, because that's whenever they started their bullcrap with Lloyd Quinones, the referee out there, and they said, "Hey, bro, like this is Emilio and Cholo talking to me." They say, "Hey, bro, like you went out there and you were really sticking up for us. So we want to make sure that you know how to protect yourself when you're in that ring, fool, because you kind of ate it out there." And so I was like, okay, that's a good point. So they invited me out to the school, and they started showing me the ropes, both figuratively and literally, teaching me, how to defend myself, how to stay on top of somebody, how to get business done in the ring. And that's whenever there were these discussions about the Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 Invitationals. and they talked to the head coach out there, and they said, "Hey, listen, this kid's ready. He knows what he wants to do. This is what he wants to do. He wants to get out there. He wants to get in that ring, and he wants to show that he's not just a ring announcer anymore. He wants to be el hijo de los carnales, and he wants to prove that he belongs in this business. So you guys got to give him a shot, and I'll be forever grateful for them for that opportunity, because it's brought me to where I am now, with what we're doing at Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101.
Well, and I've had the opportunity to see some of the training at Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101. And I will say, for anybody that's in the West Texas area, or hell, even if you're not in the West Texas area, if it's ever something you want to do, if you want to learn how to referee, you want to learn how to ring announce, you want to learn how to wrestle, Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101, absolutely the premier school in West Texas. So,
For real, it's a great place to be. It's a great place to be right now. Even if I have to share the ring with some of the guys, I'm trying to watch my language here. uh, but some of the fools out there that I've been feuding with out there, it's still a tight knit family. We take care of each other. There's love, there's passion, and we all want to see each other get better. We've had visitors come to our school for training, for pointers, to just see where they are and to get a different perspective on the business. And honestly, like, you're not going to get anything like what we're doing at Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 out here in West Texas.
no, you're not going to get that anywhere else. So, let me ask, we know how you got into the business now. Who would you say are your inspirations in wrestling?
So I talked about it a little bit earlier, but Kane was a big one. That's a big inspiration for, I mean, not necessarily um my personal in-ring style, or how I talk and how I do my thing. Uh, but in terms of just like, that's an amazing worker right there, who had stuck it out for about 30 years, or excuse me, about 30 years in the business. Um, and nobody has a bad thing to say about the guy whenever it comes to his post wrestling career. They always say that he was such a great worker. He made the best. What Chelsea Green says it the best. It's maximizing your minutes. And whether he was being goofy, talking about how he's got his millions of Canaanites, and doing the Hulkamania shtick that he was doing in that backstage segment, or if he was this big serial killer looking menace, of a beast out there. He was taking every opportunity and really showing off what he could do. Uh, and everybody respected him for it. He's a big inspiration, and I wanna be that type of person whenever I leave this business, that people are talking about me like that. In terms of like my in-ring work, obviously, the late great Eddie Guerrero. He's a big part of lucha libre history. Um, he was a big part of Hispanic culture. So that really rings true to not only myself, but the rest of Los Canales. A lot of what we do, is, a lot of people say that we're ripping. It's not what it is. It's not a rip off. It's not a callback. We're not paying homage. It's showing respect to what that dude has done for people like us in this industry. He really gave a lot of Hispanic people outside of lucha libre, but in a mainstream platform, he gave us that opportunity to kind of show out what we can do on a stage like that. Um, let's see who else. Jeff Hardy, Daredevil as he is. In his younger years, I haven't been too big of a fan of his later career. He's doing good. He's doing better work in TNA right now. But I was always a big fan of just that charisma. He came out like a fireball, like a cat out of hell. Immediately out of that curtain, what he's about. He's a party animal, but he's gonna get in that ring, and he's gonna put his body on the line for a win. Uh, But beyond that, man, in 2016, I was really inspired by the British wrestling independent scene. So kids coming out of that scene like Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. Gunther was around at that time, just that hard hitting technical style. A lot of strikes, a lot of holds. I learned from just watching those guys just out of high school, watching those guys wrestle. Um, that's pretty much most of my inspirations in terms of like how I work in the ring.
Well, and I like that you bring up the Guerreros in this because I have heard that about several different wrestlers. You know, they're just trying to be Eddie Guerrero. This, I don't think people understand, especially outside of West and Southern Texas, that the Guerrero name is a wrestling legacy. It's like the Funks, it's like the Von Erichs. Those are your three royal families, are the Funks, the Von Erichs, and the Guerreros. So
Exactly. Although all
they're
going
so
all the way back
important
to
to
Corey
wrestling.
Guerrero. Hmm.
So I
That
think
legacy is super important to us in our culture. That's you cannot discount anything that Eddie or Chavo or Gory Guerrero did, because that's led us to where we are right now.
absolutely. Which, let's talk about where we are right now. This past Saturday at Breaking the Silence in Plainview, you had a match with Mr. 500 Deshaun Banks. Tell me kind of where your head was at going into that match.
So a lot of people were looking at that booking as, oh, this is a quick tune-up for him. He needs some momentum going into SCP. No, it wasn't anything like that. I wanted to go out to BCW and once again show out what Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 is doing. Deshaun Banks came out there with a different mindset. He was looking to beat the crap out of me. and show that he deserved to be in the 101 championship match. We'll get it. I'm assuming we'll get into that later as well. But I assume that he wanted to get into he wanted to prove that he belonged in the 101 championship match and not myself. So that was a tough fight. I'll be honest. I'm dealing with a few things right now. I won't go too big into detail because I don't know if my opponent's going to be listening to this podcast. But I'm dinged up from that match. I'll go ahead and mention a few things. So in the match, I did end up with a scratched cornea. Doctor mentioned that I got a scratched cornea, or at least it looked like a scratched cornea. I didn't want to get it further examined. I don't want anything affecting me or prohibiting me, excuse me, from the match this Saturday. I got a chipped tooth, a couple of dings and bruises here, but I'm not gonna stop right now. I can't. I literally can't. So all respect to Deshaun Banks for coming out there and uh, wanting to put his stuff in and trying to prove what he was capable of. But Carnal, you can't stop El Hijo de los Carnales right now. I have to keep going. I have to keep going.
Oh, honestly, you've been showing out, and you're catching eyes, and more than just our local scene here. I've I've had people ask me questions about you in other places as well, and just so you know that you're going to be sought after once you have that A-OK from your trainers to go out and take your outside bookings.
For sure. Yeah. And I've been hearing the same thing. I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I've been getting a lot of compliments about what I've been doing, and I can't be more proud of that. And just to go back to talk about what Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101, but that's exactly what we're doing at Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101, and what I want to see more of out of Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101. I want to see more guys who not only have the same drive as me, but I want them to have even more of a drive. I want to see them get farther than I want to. I want them to have that grit, that fire under them to get out there and do better than what I'm doing. That's my challenge to the rest of the students out there. Every time I'm out there, I'm in that ring challenging them to do better than what I'm doing, because I know exactly what I'm capable of, and I know exactly what they're capable of.
And a lot of times that's the motivation that's needed. I know you see what I'm doing. I want you to do it better than me. So I think that's awesome that that's what you throw out there to the students at Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101. I do have to say, in this match with Mr. 500, had a little bit of a visitor at the end of that match in one G5 Grand Moore. Of course, you have an upcoming match at Squared Circle Pro for the Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 Championship with G5. Give us your thoughts on that, on his coming out there at the end of the match.
So I'm not sure exactly what his goal was. We've been getting bookings together through Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 for other companies, and he's been getting involved with some of my matches out there for those companies, and I might have gotten a little cheeky and got involved in one of his matches, and now he's feeling all booty hurt about it. But whatever, it's that's just part of the game. It's the mind games, and I totally respect it. But him coming out at BCW, I didn't even know he was there at BCW. Him coming out there, I think he was trying to get in my head, knowing that I needed to get this win for myself to go into SCP with that momentum. Like I said, though, to it. And obviously, totally respect Deshaun Banks for wanting to capitalize on that as quickly as he did. But I said I got it on the back of my head, and I'm not going to let G5 or anybody else get in the way of the big project. Nothing's going to get in that. So he can keep playing his on my players out there in the ring. He can take cheap shots at me, whatever he wants to do, but he's got to win Saturday. He proves all worth it.
Well, and I'm looking over here at our chat while we're talking, and you said earlier you didn't want to toot your own horn on this. We have one of our listeners, one of our watchers, good friend of mine, J-Reb, saying, always toot your own horn. You should be your biggest fan and your biggest motivator.
I literally can. I can't. This is a personal thing that we're trying to get to. I literally cannot take a compliment. I'm the worst person to get a tough compliment. So I'll always look for a way to deflect it onto either someone else, or I'll try to disprove what you're saying. But if I'm good and everybody says I'm good, then okay, I can't take that compliment you and move on. I won't say if it's true or not, but thank you for the compliment at the very least.
Well, and talking about moving around, I don't know if you are right now or not moving around, but you're getting a little robotic on your phone. So I wanted to let you know about that, so we can kind of see if we can't clear that up. But talking about being that good, I think one of the biggest measures of how good someone can be is their ability to get into the big match, the one that everybody's after, that championship match. That, of course, coming up this Saturday night against G5 at Squared Circle Pro. Without giving away too much, just in case G5's listening, how do you prepare for a match this big?
So it's literally what my coaches are going to tell you, what they're going to tell myself. It's putting in the ring time. It's training at the gym. Whatever you need to do to get yourself into that headspace of this is a championship match, that is what you need to do. What if you need to go for a long run, if you need to start hitting the bag, if you need to go to training and say and pick out a guy, say, hey, look at over here. I wanna have a match with you real quick and make sure that I'm ready for this weekend. Um, these are like the little things, and avoiding all the mind games that your opponent might be having. It's the little things that you need to do to prepare yourself that make a big difference for a match like this. I mentioned it in my video that I put out. This isn't a match that I want to win. This is a match that I have to win. I am not going to walk away knowing that I could have done better. I'm going to walk away knowing that I did everything that I could to win that championship. That's the mentality that I have right now. I'm not going to talk about what I'm going to do to G5. I'm not going to talk about my signature moves or whatever he needs to look out for. Bro, you need to step up and you need to get ready for a fight. I'm not playing any games. I'm not playing any mind games no more, because we are having a match this Saturday and you need to be ready for me. Nothing's going to be in my way for Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 Championship. Nothing.
Love the confidence.
Yes, absolutely.
That's great. And I love that mindset of, I'm going to leave everything in the ring. If win or lose, there's not going to be anything more I could have done. So absolute respect to you for that mindset.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, I have a question I like to ask everybody that comes on. It's a 3-part question. So here's the first part of it. In the short term, who would you like to see yourself across the ring from?
So eventually, it would be an honor to have a one-on-one match with Misefe Emilio Guzman. That's short-term future. He's my coach. He's my mentor. He's built me up to where I am at this point. And if and when we ever have that match, I want to show him that all of his training and everything that he's taught me has translated well, and that I'm not necessarily looking for the student to be the master, but I want him to know, like, hey, bro, you made a wrestler out of me. You made a wrestler out of nobody, bro.
That's awesome. Okay, second part of that question. 5 years from now, who would you like to step across the ring?
5 years from now. Let me see. You know what? I'm gonna say 5 years from now. It's not necessarily the who I want to be, because obviously I want to be standing next to or standing in the same ring as another 101 student. But I would want to see one of us in a big 3-letter company sharing that ring together at some point. Whether it's an NWA, whether it's a TNA or a WWE or an AEW, whichever. I want to see one of us, or excuse me, both of us in that ring together having a match, going to town on each other.
See, and I love that answer. Because not only do you want to make it to one of those 3-letter companies, you want to bring the other students with you, and I love that.
Because that's another point to prove. Like Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101, we don't just make wrestlers, we make champions, and we make the best wrestlers out of West Texas.
I absolutely agree. The last part of the question, and I'm gonna ask it, and then I'm gonna read through some of the chat, so you got a second to think about it. What would your dream match be? Anytime, any promotion, dream match. And while you think about that, I'm going to read you a few things from the chat. Spectre Squad says, "Be your biggest fan, but stay humble. Stay humble." El Hijo is the embodiment of that.
I like that.
He says, "I can't wait for the championship match." We've got El Hijo versus Emilio Guzman, that would be a hard hitting match. Janine Wade, with a little bit of advice, says just remember, he taught you everything you know. That doesn't necessarily mean he taught you everything he knows. Good advice, though.
Exactly.
The Inspector Squad thing would be Battle of the Century.
Well, that, again, going back to I can't take a compliment. I don't know if it would be the battle of the century, but it would be a barn burner. We would tear the house down on that. Dream match, alive or dead?
Alive or dead, doesn't matter.
Man, I'm gonna say it's not who you're expecting, but I'm gonna say the nah, you know what? I know exactly who my dream match would have been with. I think I would have wanted to work. He's retired now. He's not dead, but he's retired now. I would have wanted to work Ricky the Dragon Steamboat,
Good
and
answer.
in his absolute prime.
Yes.
Because nothing beats an absolute technician like that, a character like that, a hard hitting wrestler like that. Man, we would beat the snot out of each other. Oh my God, that would be such a fun match.
I'm picturing it now. You know, today's El Hijo versus like WrestleMania 3, Ricky Steamboat, back when him and Macho Man had the match.
Wow. Yeah.
You're gonna make me sad that I wasn't in that match.
We all should be glad that we were in that match.
It should have been me. It should have been me.
Well, moving forward, is there anything you would like to throw out there to the people watching, the people listening? Is there anything you want them to know about Mateo El Feo that we haven't already covered?
So, this one hits a little close to home for me. But I'm gonna share a piece of wisdom that another wrestler. He knows who he is. I'm not gonna say him by name. Nah, I'm gonna give him his credit. I'm gonna give him his flowers. I met a wrestler at one of y'all's shows, and he gave me the biggest piece of advice. I went up to his merch table. This is the living proof, Justin Taylor. Um, and he's another person who had seen me go to all these shows at BCW, South Plains, Squared Circle Pro, old school wrestling out in Midland and Odessa, Texas. He's seen me at all those shows, and I went up to him and I told him, like, just talking about the business and how he got his start. And he asked me, like, bro, you're asking me a lot of questions about something that makes it seem like this is something you want to do. And I told him, I was like, bro, I'll be honest, like, I haven't hit the gym in like 10 years. I don't have the athletic capability. I don't have the confidence that somebody like you would. And he straight up told me something that I'm never going to forget. And he said, bro, the hardest part about doing something that you love is starting.
Yep.
You need to get out of your head and you need to tell yourself, go ahead and get after it. Because that's the only way that you're gonna go ahead and get after it, you know?
No,
And
absolutely right.
I'm never gonna forget that. I'm never gonna forget that. Yeah, that's been a big motivating factor for myself, getting me through hard times, because I realize, like, however difficult it may seem, it's not as difficult as it was to get my foot in the door and start doing this.
No, if there's anybody that can give a motivational talk, it is the living proof Justin Taylor. I believe that's why one of his monikers is the personification of motivation.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
for him to tell you those things, that's really awesome, man. Spectre Squad in the chat said, hey, that's almost word for word that I said to El Hijo, and that was his response. True legend in the making. There you go. Well, I've already got figured out, you know, you're Mateo El Feo, I'm El Guapo. Like, we're the yin and the yang, man. We're gonna have to make something happen someday.
You know what? How about I don't tell you how to ring announce and you don't tell me how to wrestle, and you stay in your own lane and I'll stay in mine. How about that?
Hey, you know what? I'm down with it. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Well, Mateo, I want to thank you for being on the show tonight. It's been an absolute honor having you on. I hope to do this again soon.
For sure, it's been an honor to be on the pod. Oh, hey, you know what? Do you mind if I plug a couple of things going on elsewhere out here in West Texas?
No, please do.
So we talked a lot about Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101. We talked a lot about the invitationals. I don't believe we mentioned October Slam, but that was Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101's big super card of the year that we did. But just to talk about, so at Squared Circle Pro, Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101, we're doing a toy drive in collaboration with the United States Marine Corps. That was set up by Phoenix. He's a fellow veteran. Thank your troops. Thank them for defending your rights as an American citizen. But anyway, we're doing a toy drive with those folks out there at Squared Circle Pro. So if you bring a nice, don't cheap out, don't go to the dollar store, because I shop over there, so I know what toys are over there. So don't cheap out and go to the dollar store and bring a toy out there. As appreciative as I'm sure somebody would be, these are for the kids. So get them a nice toy from Walmart or Target or something. Bring it over to Squared Circle Pro and talk to one of the 101 guys or Phoenix himself. Or any of the guys out there helping run the toy drive, and we're gonna hook you up with a free ticket to the show in December for Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101, which is the toy drive show. That'll get you a free ticket for yourself and your family for that show. And as well as, I believe we're setting up a drop box. I can't give away the location yet because I can't confirm it. But we are going to have a drop box set up so that you can continue to donate toys up until the December the 13th, the week before the toy drive show. So if you want to support your community, support the kids who aren't as fortunate to have a good Christmas with their family, this is a perfect way to contribute to your community, y'all. And it would be a big honor if Lubbock Pro Wrestling 101 can say that we did that for our community. So go out there, guys, to Squared Circle Pro with a nice toy and donate for the cause. I would very much appreciate it if y'all did that. Not just for the wrestling show, but just in general.
No, that's a great cause. Toys for Tots. I come from a Marine family, so Toys for Tots has always been a big part of my Christmas time as well. And so, of course, for Phoenix and all our veterans, thank you for everything you do, everything you've done for us, for our freedoms. And I can't think of a better way to make a great Christmas for community children than to come to a wrestling show that you know you were going to come to already, and just bring a toy with you and throw it in the box, and let's get these kids that may not have the greatest Christmas. Let's make their Christmas even better.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Well, that's going to bring us to the 9:30 mark. So, again, Mateo, I want to thank you for being on the show. Mike, I'm going to open it up to you if you have any final thoughts. To all our listeners, to everybody watching, to everybody listening, the floor is yours, my friend.
Well, guys, in all seriousness, these shows that we do, the causes that we're doing things for, everything else, the more you support them, the more feedback we can get, and we can elevate everything that we have going on in this area as far as the professional wrestling goes. We can get to the bigger, show out, show support, tell people about it, share, like, comment, all those good things. You keep that energy up, and we can do something to where, we're in a 2,500 seat arena. We're in something bigger. We're doing bigger things.
No, absolutely. And we've got first off, your shirt is pretty popular. Janine and J-Rap both say they're feeling your shirt there. Back and body hurts. That's where I stop.
Yeah.
Jazzy Bear 25 also saying nice shirt, and it's true about people. Here's my final thought on the night. We're in a season right now, a season of Thanksgiving, the season of Christmas. It's about giving, and Mike and I with BCW, we're lucky that we're able to give back to the community with the shows that get put on, and we're happy to hear that Love Pro Wrestling 101 is doing their part to give back to the community. And I invite everybody, if you're in the area and you can be at the show this Saturday night, Jake's Back Room, bring that toy with you, because while you may go to the store and spend $20, it's just $20, but it could be everything to the kid that gets that toy. So I strongly encourage, if you're going to be at the show, bring a toy with you. You make a kid's whole Christmas with that. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight, for being in the chat, for allowing us to have this platform to talk wrestling. I've set it up pretty much every show. This is my drug. This is my therapy. This is my chance to get away from all the stresses and all the bad things in life and talk to my people, And so I thank each and every one of you for that. I invite everybody out to Jake's this Saturday for the show, and I believe that's going to do it for us. So, and I will be here tomorrow night, SmackDown watch along. If you haven't already done it, head over to the Discord and join up so you can watch along with us. Until tomorrow night, I'm Guapo. That's Mike Caldwell. He was Mateo El Feo, and we're not your average marks. We'll see y'all next time. Yeah.